Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who review for today. So this review, I'm going to be reviewing my favourite Colin Baker story. Now, Colin Baker, as I have said on this channel quite a few times recently, that the Sixth Doctor has moved into my sixth favourite incarnation of the Doctor. Now, when it comes to the end of November, after the 14th Doctor, I'm probably going to do an up-to-date ranking video and see where the 14th Doctor lands in my list. As you all know, the 10th Doctor is basically my basically my 12th least favourite Doctor. Is in 12th place of ranking all the Doctors. So I kind of want to wait until November, see what I think of the 14th Doctor and where the 14th Doctor lasts. But at the moment, the 6th Doctor is actually in 6th place. He hasn't made it into the top 5 yet. I don't think nobody can actually replace it into the top 5 for me. So the story I'm reviewing from Colin Baker is, of course, my favourite Colin Baker story, Attack of the Cybermen. So I'm literally going to pop that. Can you see it there? Yeah, there you go. So you can see it there. Attack of the Cybermen, which is the first story to season 22. Now, this story, it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's fantastic because it serves as a prequel and a sequel. So when I say it serves as a prequel, it's a prequel to the 10th Planet, which is the very first story the Cybermen get introduced. It also introduces us to the Doctor can actually regenerate his face, so we go from William Hart to Patrick Troughton in that story as well. And it's also a sequel to the Tomb of the Cybermen and, of course, the Invasion, two second Doctor stories, aka absolutely brilliant stories, I think. And, of course, one of them is my all-time favourite Cyberman story, because the Invasion is my all-time favourite Cyberman story, followed by Earthshock, which is my second favourite story from the Cybermen, and of course this is my third favourite story out of the Cybermen stories completely. I have to admit, I absolutely do love the setting that we got Earth on this one. I love the fact we got sewers, basically giving us really good callbacks to the Invasion, because this is basically the Cybermen left over from the Invasion. Also, we have the return of the Cyber Controller since the Tomb of the Cybermen, basically where we thought he was dead, and it turned out he survived, much nearly. And of course, we get introduced to the Cryons in this one. We get references to other stories, we land in the junkyard of 76 Totter's Lane, which is a reference to the Unearthly Child where the TARDIS was before. And of course, that junkyard does return in 3 seasons later, in season 25, in Remembrance of the Daleks. So it's good to see the return of Totter's Lane. Also, it also gives us some fantastic shots as well, and some very good music scores as well. So when I say by that, I mean it has an Earthshock feel to it. So when I say that, I mean the music has very much like an Earthshock type feel when the Cybermen are more creepy. Especially that music where you've got them marching, going do, 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 do. Like that. I really love that music from Earthshock. That's absolutely brilliant. And I love the way how it kind of plays into this story as well. Now, flat out amazing. This is just a flat out an amazing Sixth Doctor story. It's one of my favourite. It's my favourite Colin Baker story. I have to be honest with you. If I was going to say what's my favourite Colin Baker story, and I was not going to say Attack of the Cybermen, I probably will have to kill myself, because you know what, this is an absolutely iconic story for me. It's one of my favourites, and I got this way back when it first came out on DVD in 2009. So since 2009, that was the very first time I actually ever got to own and / watch Attack of the Cybermen. And it's always been one of my favourites since then, since 2009. Now, 2009, we had the Tenant specials going on. So in between the Tenant specials, I was watching a lot of Classic Who, especially with my dad. And of course, whenever I got a bit of pocket money, I used to go into HMV and buy Doctor Who DVDs. And especially with my Nan and Grandad, when they used to take us out, and we went down to Llandudno quite a few times. They had an HMV there back in the day. It's not there anymore, unfortunately. And I used to buy more Doctor Who DVDs when I went out with me and Grandad down to Llandudno. Yeah. We kind of went to impress. I spent the money he gave me on Doctor Who on the DVDs, but he didn't mind. So yeah, talking about Attack of the Cybermen. So what can I say about it? Well, it's an absolutely brilliant story. I have to be honest with you. I think it's iconic. I do think this is one of the iconic Cybermen stories. It has got some dark moments in there, like when the Cybermen crush Lytton's hands and you see the blood. When you see Lytton becoming a Cyberman, which is the very first time I believe we actually see a cyber conversion in Doctor Who. I mean, I don't think I can remember from the top of my mood. Kind of see little bits and dabs in the Tomb of Cybermen with Robo Man when he gets his arm converted into like a Cyberman arm. I think this is the main proper time we actually see a cyber conversion starting to happen, where you kind of got the cyber drug going through his brain and basically trying to remove all the emotions and stuff. The Cyber Controller, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I do like the Cyber Controller. I think he has that iconic stuff that he had in the Tomb of the Cybermen. The way he goes, stand away from him, Doctor. And of course, when you get the Doctor picking up a gun to shoot the Cyber Controller and the Cyberman, and of course the Cyber Leader. Again, I really love Colin Baker for that one, where you just kind of see it's kind of his own stunt he does. Where you just kind of watch him doing his own stunts and he just there shoots the Cyberman. I think that's absolutely brilliant as well. I wish I had a poster to go on my wall of this story. I really do. Now, the Cryons, they never got mentioned in Tomb of the Cybermen, because I watched Tomb of the Cybermen recently for my review to come out on Tomb of the Cybermen. So I don't really get why they weren't actually mentioned. Of course, it's different Doctor Who writers, but they were never really mentioned in Tomb of the Cybermen. I don't know if that's because they thought they were dead or wiped out. But in this one, they're very much alive and they're fighting against the Cybermen by basically contacting Lytton on Earth to try and get someone to bring him to Terra so he can help them basically destroy the Cybermen and get the planet back. Now, the Doctor Sonic Laser, I think it's absolutely a brilliant design. I love the Sixth Doctor Sonic Laser. Now, I love the fact we hit in that scene where you got the cyber unit coming down the sewers and you got the Doctor with the laser in one hand and he's just touching his little cat badge and he just jams it into the cyber unit and it just literally just kills it. And of course, when Lytton picks it up, he goes, "There's only one person on it who could build this machine." He calls himself the Doctor. "Excellent. You heard of the Doctor? He is an enemy of the cyber race." Honestly, I love the 80s Cybermen. I really do. I really love David Banks' the Cyber Leader where he goes, "Excellent. Doctor, you will take us to Taros in your TARDIS." Again, I love that cliffhanger to part 1 because when you got some basically coming through the TARDIS doors, which basically the TARDIS is now disguised as a church organ because the Doctor earlier in the story actually thinks it's the Chameleon Circuit. And basically gets this Chameleon Circuit. It does change into like a cabinet, then it changes into an organ, then it changes into a pair of gates on Taros, and then eventually it does revert back to a police box. So the Sixth Doctor basically is the only Doctor to kind of temporarily fix the Chameleon Circuit. Not properly, because it does revert back, but he does try to fix it. Also in this story, I have to be honest with you, I really do enjoy Perry in this one as well. I really think Nicola Bryant has more to do in this story than she does in the Twin Dilemma, because I really hate the Twin Dilemma. I absolutely do not like the Twin Dilemma. I think it's the worst classic Who story. It's the worst Sixth Doctor story. This is a way better step up than the Twin Dilemma. And also, I have to be honest with you, the Cybermen in this one are done absolutely perfect. So, yeah, this is my review on Doctor Who, Attack of the Cybermen. So, what do I have to rate it as? Well, I think it's a strong 10 out of 10. It's my favourite Colin Baker story. I think nobody would actually replace Colin Baker's first story. I mean, Vengeance on Varos is second place. So, if you ask me in about a couple of years' time, like 3 to 4 years' time, I'd probably say Vengeance on Varos is my favourite. But at this day and age, Attack of the Cybermen is my favourite story for Colin Baker. I really think it's got some great dark moments in there, like when they crush Lytton's hands, you see the blood basically pouring out of his hands when he's there on the floor. I really love this story. It's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely amazing and fantastic. I really love the fact it's like a sequel to the Tomb of the Cybermen and the Invasion, which are two iconic Troughton stories. And then, of course, as I say, it's a prequel to the 10th Planet because basically in this one, the Cybermen are trying to change the course of time by basically making Earth basically get destroyed in 1985, so that way Mondas comes in, Mondas will survive. So I really do like the fact when they do their story, like changing the laws of time by using the comment, I can't remember its name, sorry, I really can't from the top of my head. But when he's there watching, when the Doctor and Perry are there watching the comet head towards Earth, and the Cybermen are there planning to use it. Now also the Cybermen are planning to use it on time travel in this story as well, which I think really is fantastic because this story, I have to be honest with you, it's absolutely brilliant for time travel because the Cybermen end up capturing the TARDIS. They've already captured a time machine when it landed on Taros by mistake. And of course, they did kill the time travellers, and that's in the Cyberman fashion. So we do like the way how the Doctor has that meltdown, thinking the time should be here stopping the Cybermen, and then he realises, oh, they sent him in to deal with the Cybermen, and of course he has that fantastic meltdown. Absolutely brilliant. So anyway, let me know in the comments, what do you think of Doctor Who Attack of the Cybermen? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe, it's there. Please do like, subscribe and share. And also, from my rating of Doctor Who Attack of the Cybermen, it is definitely a 10 out of 10. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being magnificent viewers and subscribers. Thank you for watching. And I think I have managed to fix my camera, by the way, to the person that keeps messaging me about it looks like I'm in a mirror dimension. I have been having a few problems with my phone lately, but I think I've finally sorted out because it doesn't look like I'm switched over. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share and join for more awesome Doctor Who content.